Woke up this morning. And my truck wouldn't start. Check engine light came on. Came out to check the engine. And it's not there. No, for real. Finally decided to pull the motor out of the 2500 HD. Had a couple little issues, rust issues more than anything that I needed to deal with, but ultimately what put me over the edge, I'll show you in a minute. The motor's in the garage in here. I'll take you inside and give you a peek of that. But one of the reasons I didn't necessarily need to take the motor out to do this, but as you can see, the motor mount is rotted. It's basically rotted right off the side of the block. The threads and everything are fine to rebolt the new one. I already replaced the left-hand side and then the right-hand side, or vice versa. That's I already replaced the passenger side. The driver's side is now bad. Literally the week after I replaced this one, because that's just the way it goes. Should have known, but I thought it wasn't as rusty. Apparently it is. So I've been chasing down the rust demons in this truck for a while now. So a couple of things that were bad is that the exhaust manifold, as you can see, I cut the manifold. I couldn't really get to the last bolt with a grinder to chop it off, but I've got a new manifold coming. I've already replaced the driver's side exhaust manifold, and now the passenger manifold. It hasn't started leaking yet, but it was very rusty. It was only a matter of time, and with my luck, it'll go in the middle of snow plowing in the winter when I can't deal with it. So, and again, I'll show you the main reason why I pulled it apart. I started getting a ticking noise in the truck, which sounded like a rocker or a sticky lifter. I started diagnosing it a little bit, ran some seafoam in the motor. It didn't really make a difference. It seemed to come and go, which made me think that it was a lifter, and then wasn't exactly sure what it was. And then I got underneath and noticed that the sound was coming from the bell housing area, which made me think that the flex plate could be broken or cracked. I've seen that happen before, and sure enough, that is what happened, and I'll show you in a minute. So I had to pull the motor to change the flex plate, so I figured while I have that out, I'm going to take care of the exhaust manifold, take care of the engine mount, and just kind of de-rust the block and clean it up and put some type of rust preventative coating on that, and clean up the frame rails and stuff while I'm in here. Just kind of do a little TLC and prolong me having problems in this area here anyway. So I've kind of been working away at this truck, whittling away at all its problems. It's only got 130,000, which isn't too bad for an 05. I did the other side rocker panel and cab corner, as you've probably seen in my previous videos. That's looking good. Still got the little bit of rust on the doors to deal with. I've replaced the bed, cleaned up the frame in the back, some nicer wheels and tires on it, new bed liner. This bed's actually in really good shape that I found, but I painted it to match already. So I am going to paint the bottom of the rest of the truck just to kind of dial it all in. But I'll show you the flex plate and what happened there. Alright, let me see if I can get a light. Alright, so here's the flex plate. Okay, and as you can see, cracks all the way around. Basically, the whole flex plate is disconnected entirely from the motor. So I ordered this replacement here. Online it was like I think 50 bucks or somewhere in that neighborhood. But different style. This is an ATP brand, not the OEM style. Hopefully it's a little better. Oh, that's backwards. Hopefully it's a little better and holds up a little better, but this one lasted 15 years, so hopefully this one will last a while too. And while I'm at it, let me show you just how rusty this engine is. This is the exhaust manifold that I've already replaced with a new gasket. I did that a few months ago. It's amazing how quick that rusts. Here is the side of the block, and you can see just how flaky and rusty. This is what happens in a plow truck. Of course the heads are fine because they're aluminum, and the valve covers, all of that's nice and clean. The oil pan, literally the only thing that's rusty is the block itself because the block is steel. But you can see right here where the motor mount was, or still the bracket is, left on there. And I got to get those bolts out and clean up the whole side, de-rust it, paint it, clean it up best I can. And then I also have a new water pump while I have it out. I'm going to change that. I just did the AC tensioner and belt, so I'm going to put a new thermostat and water pump in it. Alternator's fairly recent. Coil's fairly recent. And here's the new motor mount that I've already replaced on this side. You can see holding on the jack stand. And this is the exhaust manifold. I guess it's not too bad, but while I got it out, I already got the broken studs. You know, they're a pain to try to get out. So I'm going to go ahead and get all those out, put all new bolts, put the new exhaust manifold on, so I'm not going to have any other issues in the future as far as that goes. While it's in the truck, it's best to do this stuff while it's out. So I'll probably just show you a video of the engine before I put it back in its finished state. A couple of things to kind of touch up and get going. I might do the rear main seal. I know it's the whole cover and seal while I have it out. It probably makes sense to do. I'm not sure yet. I guess it probably makes sense to do that, but I'll go through the list of what it is that I replace on it when I put it back in. But here's an update on the truck. Hopefully should be back on the road within a day or two.